Hey guys, welcome back to Sports Bar. And you all know we already discussed the UCL game against Bayern Munich of Barcelona. So we are here to discuss about the other quarterfinal games. So we'll discuss about Lyon City first. So that was the latest game, and the news coming from the center is that Lyon has defeated City by 3-1. And as a neutral fan, I am very happy for Olympic Lyon, and as a Real Madrid fan as well, I'm happy for Lyon. So yeah, it was a surprising turn of events, and Olympic Lioness has defeated City, and they are through to the semi-finals.
If you look at the game, the way Leon played, I think so. It was very well, very well organized and very well tactically well set up game. And if you otherwise, if other, if you look at City, I think so. Pep tried to to do things to us. To I think so. He overthink the game. Basically, I have heard most of the people talking that Pep overthink the game. He tried to adjust the team, and the team could not win. It means the team got hampered because of that, and City
Mm-hmm.
were not able to dominate it because when the team sheet came when the team sheet came, I saw it was a 4-4-3, and De Bruyne was playing as a left wing. But during the game, it turned into 3-4-1-2 or 3-5-2 or 3 something. It turned into something like that,
Something
five
like
three
that.
two. Okay, that that hampered the process, and the way City plays usually they it was not like that. And I personally think Gabriel Jesus and Sterling and all they should have played at their respective position instead of trying to playing two at the front.
Trying to
Again,
try
that
something.
hampered Gabriel Jesus also, who is an out and out striker. Raheem Sterling can play in the middle, but I don't think so. He can play alongside a striker. Gabriel Jesus should be should be the lone striker, and KDB again got hampered instead of main as a number 10. He was going anywhere in the pitch, and again I think so. Pep tried to Pep was trying to counter that three in the midfield of Leon. The Awar, Guimares, and I think so. Kaká was the third player. So all three guys, Pep knew that they are in exceptional form. The way they saw the play against the Juventus, they control the midfield. So again, Pep tried to increase the number of players in the midfield, and that certainly hampered them.
Exactly. So City should have stuck to their natural game, I believe.
Hmm.
And as far as Leon is concerned, I believe the only reason why they won is because they had nothing to lose in this game. They were already out of the UCL. They had a pretty bad season as per their standards. They did
Hmm.
not qualify for the next UCL season, and they were playing a game against a huge team like City, and pretty much nobody gave them chances. So that was the reason why they could perform the way they did, and they are through to the semis.
Again, I personally I don't give Leon a chance. I thought City would have wrapped this game up. I picked a City 3-0, but it was flipped like this, swept like this. So again, I'm sorry, for not believing in Leon that much. But again, I thought, again, as I said, Pep overthink this game, try to do something, that the team is not accustomed to. But again, I'll talk of Leon now. Leon, the way they scored the first goal, they were dominating the game. Again, they were holding the ball. Holding position against City is against Pep's side is always a difficult thing. But they did that. They were trying to get around that Pep's pressure. Trying to get around that press. And again, those three in the midfield, Awar, Guimares, and Kaká, they control the midfield. The way they control the midfield, they were running around. Rodri, they were running around Fernandinho. And again, if you saw the lineup, Rodri played and Fernandinho played together.
Mm.
It has not happened, for not happened in the whole season. Manchester Pep haven't played them alongside. Fernandinho has played as a centre back and Rodri has played as a stadium, but not
Mm.
both in the centre midfield. So again, he tried to try to stop those three, but he couldn't do that. And if you read my Instagram, if you read our Instagram post, you will see that I have focused mainly on that midfield battle because again, Pep just badly lost that midfield battle. The way he tried to
Correct,
do
correct.
things, he badly lost it. And again, first goal, Leon were holding the position. So again, I think so. City would have thought, instead of falling back, we should try to pressure them to try to force to if they're like, trying to play around, try to pressure them, win the ball high up, and in that doing so, they moved forward just a little bit, moved their backline a little bit forward, and just one through ball, and they were through one goal, and that's and they got the lead again. So I think so that was well planned by US Leon, I think so, and in cities maybe a little bit overthinking, and just a way Leon managed to win. And if you look at the second and third goal also, those were just proper strikers goals. If you look at the Dembele scoring the goals, first was a
Mm.
ball from midfield from Awak, And I feel personally feel people give are giving Musa Dembele that man of the match award, but I personally think Awa should be the one who should be getting the man of the match award because he created those chances which Dembele scored. Even if you look at the second goal, that was Awa's pass through the City defense onto Dembele, and if you look at the third goal, Awa took the shot at Ederson and which slipped out of his hand and Dembele scored again. For me, Hussein Awa is a main man of the match of this match.
Yeah, but that's the thing about one leg games. So
Mm,
you don't avoid consistency here. It is a lot. It gives a lot of importance for factors like luck as well.
mm,
And if this was a two-leg competition, I believe City would have defeated Lyon at the end of the day after the end of both the legs.
mm.
But yeah, it is what it is. This is not a two-leg UCL. This time it is only one leg, and Lyon has. Taken advantage of it. Also,
Mm,
we'll talk about Leipzig and Atletico Madrid. Again, we did not give any chance to Leipzig, and they have done the impossible. They have defeated the Atletico Madrid. They have defeated Diego Simon,
mm.
and they become the first team to defeat Atletico Madrid without having Ronaldo with them. So it is another huge achievement for them. So RB Leipzig are in the semifinals as well.
Mm.
So it's two German teams versus two French teams in the semifinals. It is PSG versus RB Leipzig, Bayern Munich versus Lyon. We all know that Bayern Munich would be favorites against
Mm.
Lyon, but yeah, let's leave those games for later. We'll talk about RB Leipzig versus Atletico Madrid. Did you give RB Leipzig a chance, or this was again
Person,
an upset?
personally, again, I believe Leipzig more chance than I gave it to Lyon against Man City. But because I thought, if Leipzig had Timo Werner in their side, I would have think, it was 50 games, it was proper attack was attack. But I haven't seen, the Leipzig play without Timo Werner. Timo Werner is an important crucial part of Leipzig team. And I thought, maybe because of his absence, I think so. Things would go a little bit tough for them. But again, I think so. Diego Simeone, I think so. He had, he overestimated Atletico Madrid, I think so too much. Sorry, Leipzig too much. Not underestimated, overestimated him too much and tried to play very defensive type of football. Again, picking up
Hmm.
Marcus Llorente alongside Diego Costa. What was he thinking? Playing a stadium as striker alongside Diego Costa. So again,
Hmm. Hmm.
what was the thinking of his plan? I don't know. But again, I feel Leipzig, they played exceptionally well. They were quick in attack, and they were they were outnumbering Atletico Madrid in every part of the side, in every part of the pitch. If you look at that game, at the fans, there were two or three players, ready for to play a triangle ball and try to suck that Atletico
Hmm.
players. And again, we all know what happened. Atletico Madrid, Leipzig were quick on attack and they scored those goals. And again, I think so. After the introduction of Joe Felix, I thought, yeah, now Diego Simeone has seen, what is happening and what is going on. And after Joe Felix, I think so. I thought there might be a way that Atletico Madrid might come back and score those two goals. Again, they got to get a goal back, I think. And after that, again, Atletico Madrid was looking very good, but I don't think what happened. I don't think what happened
Hmm.
between those 5-10 minutes. After scoring the goal, for 10 minutes they were again on top of the game. But again, for the last 10 minutes, from 81st minute to 90th minute, I don't know what happened to them, and they started getting on the back foot again. And again, I believe if you invite them to attack, they will attack you. They will not hesitate to attack you,
Hmm. Hmm.
and that's the way Julian Nagelsmann side play. If you look at their matches against Bayern, also they dominated Bayern. Even though they were not able to defeat Bayern, they managed to draw against them, but they dominated Bayern. And no one has. I have never seen Bayern getting dominated this much at home since Anderlecht or Hansi Flick. So again, if you invite them, they are going to attack you, and they attacked very hard. And we also what happened that one pass. I don't remember who gave that pass to Angelino, but that was the pass of the game. Everyone was talking about Angelino's assist to Tyler Adams, but before that, that one pass, no one is talking about that. And I think so that pass was a winning moment of the game because again, Angelino was his acres of spaces after that pass, and he just had to pick out player, and he decided to pick out Tyler Adams, who was trying to make a run to the box, and a deflection and a goal. I played won the
And a
game.
goal. Yep. And again, if this game was a two-leg game, then Atletico Madrid would have had more chances. But like we discussed earlier, it is what it is. And yeah, I personally, I feel that Champions League should always be a two-leg game instead of one
Mm,
because I'm a huge fan of consistency. You must be knowing this very
mm.
well. But again, I'll say this again. It is what it
No,
is. So.
I think if it was a two leg, no, I thought I would have given more chances to Abilazi because again, Defending,
Okay.
playing that style of football for 180 minutes, it's a hard thing to do. But playing that for 90 minutes, holding your opponents off for 90 minutes, I think so. Over 2 legs, I would have given RB Leipzig more of a chance than other than Atletico Madrid. It was a 90-game
Okay.
affair, so I thought Atletico Madrid might win it. But again, they managed to bottle it as well.
Great. Yeah, and so that was RB Leipzig versus Atletico Madrid. Now we'll discuss the other game. We are here to discuss about. You continue if you.
PSG versus Atlanta. It was a heartbreak of a game. I thought Atlanta might go on and win this one, and I think so. The start was very hectic. We look, Atletico were
See, the
Atlanta
thing
were
was,
attack.
the thing is, Atlanta were decent for more than half of the game. They
Mm,
were leading for like 85 minutes or 87 minutes. But then suddenly there was a goal, and then one goal led to the other,
mm,
and eventually Atlanta lost the game. Also, if you remember, there was a small chance at the end of the game after the 90 plus 5 minutes. There was a small chance. That was the
Small
last
chance.
chance which they missed. Had
Mm,
they converted that goal, it would have been a huge night for Atlanta. I would have given Atlanta a chance if had they converted that thing into a
mm,
goal. But fortunately for PSG, that did not happen. And we'll talk about Neymar. What a game he had. Yeah, he was poor while
mm,
finishing, but other than his finishing, everything was spot on. Neymar was absolutely
mm.
genius. It looked like Neymar was back. It looked like he was playing for Barcelona again. He played that sort of game, that quality game, and that certainly helped PSG defeat
Mm.
Atlanta.
Again, if you look at Atlanta tactics, while defending, they were pressing man to man. So again, if the man moves forward, then again that creates a space in the behind. So again, that man to man defending, man to man pressing, led to Neymar having those chances and making those flare moves. If you look at them, but again, while if you look at dribbling wise, and take ons wise, it was a great game for Neymar. So again, finishing wise, okay. I think so. In the start of the game was very hectic. I thought this could go either way. And Neymar had a great chance in the first 5 minutes, but he missed
Hmm.
it. Missed it. So again, I thought it was a hectic game, but after the time moved on, Atlanta started to go more and more pressure on PSG, and a goal happened from out of nowhere. Pasalic hit that shot, which I think so looked like
Absolutely.
Ilisic's fourth goal against Valencia. I think so. If you remember, this when he scored that
Hmm.
fourth goal against Valencia, it was same like that area, same shot, and it was a goal. So again, I thought Atlanta might capitalize on it, and maybe make take that goal and make it 2 or 3 to just kill this game off. But again, they couldn't manage to do so. And you talked about earlier, for most of the game, they were playing exceptionally well, and then
Hmm.
I think so they were
More than
tired
half of the
because.
game, it looked like
Mm,
Atlanta would qualify, but one goal came out of nowhere, and then one followed the other.
I
Right.
think so. Atlanta players were tired. I think so. They played 13 matches in space of 40 days.
13
So
matches in a trot, correct.
that's again 3 matches. They had just three days of rest in between matches. So again, that creates a lot of fatigue. And Atlanta's squad
Hmm.
is not that deep. If you look at them, they are not a Manchester squad. Where they have one or two players, one or two exceptionally good players to play in each and every position, so that he can rotate and out. Again, and Atlanta to fight for their Champions League spot again. So they had to fight with Inter, they had to fight with Juventus, they have to fight, all the to get
Hmm.
that European football next season. So again, the coach couldn't have rotated the side. Again, players were tired, and if you look at the game, they were not tag backing also. They were just creating fouls, to that the play could stop, and they had to time to to shuffle that, to get back into this position to get that defensive shape right. So again, I personally feel they were tired, and I think so. Those two goals were Atlanta's mistake if you look at that way, because again those were just simple runs and players did not tag back to them. They were not trying to cover the attackers who tried to run behind the spaces. So again, those were just easy chances for PSG to score. And maybe if they had a little bit rest in between those games, and maybe the players would have been more fresh, they would have got to see the real Atlanta that has played throughout the season. That was not the real Atlanta that I've seen. Even at the Real Atlanta was the one that played first 20-30 minutes. And after that, it was just
Hmm.
Atlanta were just trying to defend, trying to hold off, and see to next match.
Yeah. Also, we predicted it a goal fest, but unfortunately, that did
Mm,
not happen. But anyway, since we were talking about Atlanta, you mentioned Joseph Milicic.
mm,
We got to know that Joseph Milicic is in depression. So,
mm,
so why not wish him best of the luck, and we also hope that you guys take care of your mental health as well, because mental health is as important as your physical health. Anyway, moving on towards the next, we already talked about Bayern Munich and Barcelona, so we'll talk about the semi-finals. What do you predict?
Again, so if you look at the semi-final, I think so. RB Leipzig versus PSG is a huge game. Again, two again a very good side. Thomas Tuchel versus Julian Nagelsmann. Both are well tactically planned. Thomas Tuchel know how German team plays because he was manager of Borussia Dortmund once for 2 or 3 seasons. I think he was the manager. So again, he knows how that RB Leipzig team try to play. And Julian Nagelsmann is a new coach, who has not lot of experience. He's just 32 years old. He can play as a player, as well if you want him. Okay, he's not that experienced, but still, I think PSG are favorite to start that game. And in the second game, again, we all know who are the favorites to win that game. It's certainly Bayern Munich. Personally, I think Lyon's midfield, that I've been praising them since that Juventus game. I think so that Juventus midfield, would be under test, versus Leon Goretzka, Kimmich, and I think so will Thiago. So again, those midfield trio of Leon would be under test, and it would be on their responsibility to save that defense, to help those defensive teammates around him. And it's Liga 1 versus Bundesliga. What do you think about that? Liga 1 versus Bundesliga in both this game?
Yeah, I give chance to Bundesliga. I believe that RB Leipzig might give a difficult time for PSG, because like we talked about Atlanta game, RB Leipzig also, I believe, are safe. They are collectively a formidable force, and PSG have huge names with them. So yeah, like you said, PSG would start as favorites, but this time I'll give RB Leipzig a chance. And the other game, I believe that Bayern Munich are going to be favorites. They also have momentum with them. So that it is what I feel. Also, if do you think do you give RB Leipzig a chance against Bayern Munich if they play in the final? Because like you said, they held Bayern Munich for 90 minutes two times, and they did not let them win. So with nothing to lose for them, and that sort of experience, do you give RB Leipzig a chance to actually go on and win this UCL?
If RB Leipzig versus Bayern Munich happen in the final, I give them maybe not that of a chance, bigger than Bayern, because again Bayern are just favorite.
Maybe 60-40, something like that.
Yeah, something
if
like that. But
62 Bayern Munich, but 42 RB Leipzig, just for the two games that they played, the way they played.
Because again, if we look at RB Leipzig 2 games, we should look at Bayern's 2 games also. They won 8-2 and 4-1. So again, don't underlook that. And the games that happened, one was against Niko Kovac, when Bayern Munich was under the management of Niko Kovac. Another was under Hansi Flick, but again, those were the young days, and we didn't know what Hansi Flick could do with that Bayern team. So again, it's a lot of time. 8 months have passed after that, and the way the Bayern are playing, I would give RB Leipzig a chance, but I'm not certain that they might go on and win that game.
Okay, so Bayern Munich would be the absolute favorites to go on and win this UCL, and we discussed about Bayern Munich. We discussed how they might actually go on and win the treble this season, and they are very close. So our prediction was spot on. So hats off to us, I say. So yes, so that's it. That's what we have for you in this video. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, watch our videos, and please support us. Also follow us on Instagram. If you have any questions, you can leave them down in the comment section, or send us a DM on Instagram as well, and we'll be more than happy to answer them. So yeah, that's what we have for you in this video, and we'll see you next. Peace out.